This is the pattern for flying kite. There's 2 different sizes with yardage listed in the pattern. You need charm squares, 5-inch squares. You put a medium and a background right sides together. Take your pencil or marker, draw a line straight down through the middle. Put your 1/4-inch foot on your sewing machine and your sew straight. Keep that center line lined up with your sew straight. Just stitch 1/4 inch from the line down one side, turn the 2 squares around, and sew 1/4 inch on the opposite side. Check it out. Make sure it's 1/2 inch in between. Then take your ruler, cut those 2 pieces in half, set the seams with the dark, and press toward the dark. Put them back right sides together. This time, go ahead and draw a straight line right down through the middle again, but the sewing is different. So only on the left side of the line, and then pick it up and move over to the raw edge on the second side. And all you're going to do is just cut on that line again, open them up, and they're going to be identical. So how about a little swirling in the center? Just take your seams, turn them clockwise, mush that center, and those pieces will lock together. This is the kite. Take a dark 5-inch charm square with your 2.5-inch square up ruler, make a mark, and then draw from that 2.5-inch lines to the opposite corner. That's your kite. Now don't waste those little trimmings. Go ahead and cut a small square. Use that for your cornerstones in your quilt. This is your background triangles. They're 3 by 6. You need a pair. Cut them in half on one diagonal, and you're going to just lay the pieces on opposite sides. Set that right piece aside and just take the kite, flip it over to the left. Let a tip hang out at the top and a big tip at the bottom, and just sew with a 1/4 inch seam. Set the seam, open it toward the background, and all you need to do is just get rid of that big tip on the bottom. Use your ruler, square that off so you can put the triangle on the right. Same thing, flip it right sides together, tip at the top and the bottom, assembly line sew it, and again, press toward the background. Now you need that square ruler and a turnable, because you can just trim on all 4 sides. Make sure you've got that 1/4 inch on one end, and then with your rotary cutter, just trim. Turn your turnable as you trim, and that patch is done. Take all 4 pieces you just made, lay them out into one block. 4 of those make one block, and you set them together into a quilt.